Good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News Now, coming to you from our digital desk. We have some brand new dash cam and body cam video in from the Parma Heights Police Department in connection to a chase that happened last Thursday. It was about 4 o'clock in the evening. A call came into 911 in Parma Heights with a report of a black SUV that was all over the road, sometimes even off the road, in the area of Valley Forge High School. It took the police a while to find that SUV. They do believe that it was stolen. It was a black Chevy Tahoe. You're going to see quite a bit of that in the video that we're going to show you. This chase lasted for about somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes. Let's get you into some of this. There is no audio, so I'm going to walk you through it. That is obviously the black Chevy Tahoe. You can see the driver. She got pretty smart. She saw the stop sticks right there in the middle of the intersection, so she went up on the road and then made a left here. Again, this winds all throughout the Parma Heights. There she does hit the stop sticks. They were a little crafty. They hid behind that cruiser when they threw it out. She is going to turn around. It's going to take this officer just a couple of seconds to turn around. You're going to see just how many other officers were involved. Parma Heights thanking the Parma Police Department, the Ohio State Highway Patrol for their help on this. And then you'll see her again up on this median. She goes past 71 and 480 a handful of times and doesn't get on yet. But this next clip, the suspect suddenly decides to start like sideswiping cars. She hits that car right there. She's going to try and drive up on the side of a van here at this next intersection. Again, I'm not quite clear what this suspect was trying to do. I've seen a lot of chase videos. I don't know what that attempt was. And then she's going to try it again. You can see the tires are starting to fail on the driver's side. Again, tries to drive up on the side of that Jeep Cherokee. I'm not sure what that was about. Now you're about to see pieces of rubber start to fly, and eventually you're going to see all the tires come off of that left side there as we go through some intersections. This is over by the airport and 480. The airport is just off to your left, Cleveland Hopkins. She's going to get on 480 here, and she's going to make it a little ways. They try a couple of pit maneuvers to try and get her to spin out on the ramp. It doesn't work, and she's going to make it a little ways. I can tell you at the end of this, when police interviewed her, she admitted to them that she was looking for a suicide by cop type of situation. You saw right there, she swerved right in front of that white SUV that was doing the speed limit, and that was almost the end of it. Police admit that she was suffering from some sort of psychological situation, even more rubber coming off this. But now I want you to watch. She is going to turn this around and drive into oncoming traffic. Granted, there are a number of officers behind her now. People have slowed down on 480. That's why you don't see traffic coming up. But she has decided, instead of going on to 71, that she is going to try and drive into oncoming traffic. That is when officers are going to decide that they need to put an end to this. They try one pit maneuver there. You can see the other officers, and she is going to drive head on into that car you see right there coming up. This is just an innocent bystander, and she's just going to decide to go straight into it. Bam, you're going to see that. You're going to see officers get out with their guns drawn. You're going to see not the suspect, that individual running there. That was the individual who was hit head on. Nobody injured in any of this. Even though she sideswiped those 2 or 3 vehicles, she went head on into that vehicle. You can see that innocent bystander just took off and got out of there. Pretty smart when you see police officers coming with guns drawn. Now we do have sort of those the last 2, I believe this is going to be about 30 seconds of officers when they come up on her with guns drawn. Take a look.
We got to get this car stopped. We got to head on, block it in, box it in. Turn the car off! Turn it off! Go! Move! Move! Don't reach down! Don't! I got hands! I got hands! Step out! Cover the car. Secure. We're good.
So that was the end of it. You heard the officer saying secure, secure. She was then walked back to a police cruiser and put in the back. Again, it's police that say she claimed she wanted a suicide by cop type situation. That being said, at the end of that crash, she did put her hands out of the window immediately. She was taken into custody without incident. So not sure what she told police. That's what they relayed to us, that's what her end game was here. But then when she crashed, she did obviously give up peacefully. And again, according to the Parma Heights police, this was a woman going through some sort of psychological situation. The Parma Heights Police Department wanted to thank the Ohio State Highway Patrol, Parma, Brook Park, and Cleveland Police Departments for their involvement in this chase. Thankfully, it did not end up in a suicide by cop. In a lot of those situations, you never find that out until months and months and months of investigation, or if you ever find that out at all. The individual may not have written a note, may not have said anything to someone, just went out and attempted a suicide by cop. But this was a situation where she was taken into custody and admitted that to police. Her name has not been released because she has not been charged at this point, but there are a number of charges facing her. Obviously, running stop signs, red lights, taking police on a chase, and police say that was a stolen Chevy Tahoe. Just wanted you to see that video again, a suicide by cop that did not get its desired result, and that is a good thing. Getting that woman maybe some psychological help. She was taken to the hospital after this incident. If we have any other breaking news, we're going to bring it to you here on our digital platforms. In just about a half an hour, we have our 3.5 hours of news starting on Channel 19. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News Now. Have a good afternoon.
19 News is everywhere. Download our